This is a spreadsheet presentation showing you how to build the most powerful character in Bloodlines. First of all, you select this history. This gives you greater duration for dementation, which makes you very overpowered. Here is your character sheet as you start the game. Charisma is better than any other social skill. I go into wits. You want brawl just for feeding. Security to get through Santa Monica. 3 points in scholarship. 2 points in dementation. Now for this character, you just need 3 points in dementation, 3 points in dementation, 2 points in obfuscate, and you can get through 90% of the game. Drew is short for Drusilla. So what you get is 200% duration of dementation, and damage is 140%. And here's what almost every fight, except a couple, looks like. Dementation 3 does, if it doesn't kill the enemy outright, it does this. And this is why the Malkavian is the most OP build in the game. It's also the most fun because of the wonderful dialogue after Santa Monica. The dialogue isn't so great in Santa Monica, but the dialogue is really terrific after Santa Monica. And what you do is you look for, above the head of the character, above his head, you'll see a symbol that you can hit Vision of Death another time. And as soon as you see that, you hit the enemy, and he just stands there. Every fight looks like this. Now you want to go into, I wanted to kill him with Vision of Death. Vision of Death does do damage as well. And again, some enemies, a lot of damage. So here's another example. Now this character has nothing in Brawl except for the 1 point I put in Brawl. Yep, he starts to recover. Yeah, good fight. And that's how it looks the whole game. Okay, the real reason to play Malkavian is the dialogue, and it's absolutely terrific. With Auspex, you want to go into a ranged character. This character is so OP. You can go into Obfuscate, and you can sneak through a lot of the game. You can use Dementation to kill enemies outright, or defeat enemies in fights where they're defenseless. Or with Auspex, you can just kill everybody. And you're so overpowered, it's really amazing. You don't have to buy any guns. Any of the guns in the game you pick up can kill any enemy in the game you want to kill. Going down this spreadsheet, strength, you don't need to put anything in strength. You just don't. Guns are going to kill everything. Dexterity, I only put 1 point in dexterity, and you get an item later in the game that gives you another point of dexterity. That's all you need. Stamina is a dump. At the end of the game, you're going to have so much XP that you're not going to know what to do with it. At the very end of the game, dump it into stamina. You don't need to put anything into stamina until the end game. Charisma, I put a starting point in charisma, and then I get an item during the game from Isaac. Manipulation, complete waste of time. Appearance, a waste of time. Perception, obviously for a ranged character, this is very good. Intelligence, you need intelligence 4 to be able to get all of the... after the Giovanni Mansion, you pick up an enchanted item that will give you bonus XP, and that's worth 7 XP total if you do quests in a very specific order. And to do all of that, you have to have intelligence of 4. So that's why we have intelligence of 4. Wits, 2 points to start the game, and then at the end of the game, we get an item that gives us our 5th point. Brawl, a point in Brawl to start, makes it easier to feed. Nines gives us 0.2, and then we get a book for the 3rd point. Dodge, you can see what we're doing here. Pretty standard. Everybody's pretty familiar with it. Don't need intimidation, don't need subterfuge. Firearms, of course, we want to get that to 10. 1 point in melee, that's from nines. You can kill a lot of enemies in the game with melee this low. I think that's melee of 3 you end up with. And that's fine for killing headrunners, which I show in my playthrough. I will link my playthrough of Malkavian in the description. And yeah, you can kill a lot of enemies with 3 melee just fine. You can kill a lot of enemies with 1 ranged just fine too. It just takes more ammo. Security, 2 starting points at the beginning of the game, and then, well, you can see what we're doing. We get 1, there's a book in the museum, and then Mr. Ox gives us an item at the end of the game. Stealth, you don't need it. There's a book. I don't know that I put any more points into stealth. You end up with 3 dexterity, 1 stealth. If you want to put a second point in stealth, it's only 3 XP. But Obfuscate takes care of that for you. Computer, this is pretty normal. Tongue gives you the 4th point. There's a book for the 5th point. Book for the 1st point also. Finance, Fat Larry gives us the 3rd point. Empire Arms, there's a book. And Trip gives us the last point. Scholarship, we put 3 points at the start of the game. Beckett gives us the next 2 points. So, Dementation, you want to get to 3 right away. The only challenge to this is this causes Obfuscate to cost more points when you take this history. That's not a big deal. There's no reason to take the 5th point of Obfuscate. It doesn't give you anything because you're a ranged character. So, yes, you have to spend more for the other 3 points we're going to buy, but you don't have to buy that until the end of the game, and at that point you're swimming in XP. The only thing we're going to buy is the 2nd point of Obfuscate. You need the 2nd point to be able to move. That pays off in a bunch of quests, and that's all you need for the game. Really, until the end game, you only need 3 Dementation, 2 Obfuscate, gets you through everything. The game is on easy mode absolutely the entire time. And here's how the character should look in the end game. Yeah, stamina, just a place to dump points. You don't need a lot of blood packs. I think I topped off at 8. I ended up with $7,000. You don't have to buy a lot. Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I did buy some ammo, but not a lot. I did buy 1 gun that was completely unnecessary, and I bought the flamethrower because that's just great fun. Anything at close range dies pretty quickly with the Uzi. It's anything at long range, the 44 Magnum on fast mode, you hit tab and it fires faster, will kill. You don't need the 50 cal pistol. Enemies just die so quickly and they're defenseless, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I hope you give the Malkavian a try. It is great fun. The dialogue is magnificent. The roleplay is terrific, and it is the most overpowered character you can play in Bloodlines. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.